This Saturday night, feeling all right, out of sight. What is going on, guys? What is going on? I see a lot of members in the chat tonight, some new folks as well, a nice mix of folks. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Boy, oh boy, do we have a fantastic show lined up for you tonight. Wonderful show lined up for you tonight. We have got so many exciting, interesting things to get to, and we are going to get right down to it, boppers. Can you dig it? Who do we have in the chat? We've got Zombie Doge Army. We've got Me You. We've got the Hump Deezy. We've got Nick Parmy. We've got Cascadia Futurist. I haven't seen that name in a little bit. Stormer 144. Steve Rivas. 7-1 Crypto Tank Girl. Particle Chad Paxton. Zero Fox. Hump Deezy. Slay Blaze. Beto welcome. Josh Randell. Disavows. And the list goes on. The list goes on. Guys, it is great to be here. It is great to be showing up and doing it to it the best way we know how. If you haven't smashed that like button, please consider doing so. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this get up into those tricky YouTube algorithms. Also, if I could ask you to retweet this stream if you are on Twitter, if you could take a moment to do that right now. So yeah, if you are on Twitter, if you could retweet this stream, that personally welcome you to the channel, and invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. We've got an awesome community here. Would love to have you on board for it. And lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this broadcast, that is bigly appreciated for all the time and efforts. Feel free to put whatever questions or comments for myself or my co-host this evening. And yeah, I am seeing that some of you saying there is a lag on coming through. I haven't had a lag on here in quite some time, so that's a little disconcerting, but I think it's snapping into action. I think it's snapping back into action. You guys just keep me posted on that. And we should be, it should smooth out. It should smooth out momentarily. And at this time, so you guys are saying there's no audio. There's no audio. Can you guys seriously not hear me? I hope not. I'm showing a strong signal coming through.
There's audio. I just checked.
Okay. We have, without further ado, we've got Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls in the house. What is going on, Nick?
Oh, nothing much, Steven. Just had a interesting technical day, but working through it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I heard you're having a little bit of wallet troubles. Yep.
Yeah, just some minor. I screwed up my own wallet, and it's so I don't know. Like, I've been working on wallet problems for years now. It's not a big deal. I have backups available. Not the end of the world if I have to use one of my backups, no problem, but
Gotcha.
Just annoying. Cryptocurrency is not easy.
Yeah,
it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, it should be. And I think these are improvements that are just going to inevitably come along with time. I mean, these are the things that are going to be at the top of the list for improvements, right? That everyone's going to want to see things that are more user-friendly in terms of making the whole experience of cryptocurrency being something more user friendly and more fluid for the user base. So. I think right now, as it is, I mean, like I said, we've said many times before, the year 2021, where we find ourselves right now, in the future, we do believe that this will still be considered a ground level era for getting in on cryptocurrency. And one of the consequences of getting on the ground level is things aren't quite as easy on us to store things, to transfer things. But these are all improvements that I do believe are coming in the near future. Sliding Edge coming to the $5, starting things off with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Sliding Edge. Keep using words like bigly and we'll be just fine. We're going to the moon. Who's coming with us? Yeah, baby. I'm sensing a little bit of Austin Powers energy at the end there. You know what we haven't seen for energy? We haven't seen that Beef Supreme energy. He's been MIA. Have you noticed that, Nick?
Yeah, I thought I saw him in here for a minute the other night, but yeah, maybe he's coming off a bender. Maybe he's just sleeping one off,
Yeah. So, let's just crack into the main topic and the title of the show, the main theme anyway. The Dogecoin being massively undervalued right now. How do we arrive at this conclusion? Well, folks, we are currently in the 10th green day in a row. We haven't seen this sort of pattern and this sort of a run in quite a while. And I do think that there's going to be a certain level of retracement, a couple days in the red that are going to probably more than likely be coming up really soon, but I don't think that's going to last too long before we boost off and blast off again. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, really realistically, I've been looking at Bitcoin a lot more than Doge over just the past, 2 weeks or so.
Yep.
And just based off of where the market's at, Bitcoin has been going up so much. And if, just look at it where it was, this was back in December, it showed a very similar pattern. Where it went up to like where we're at right now, like 41K, came back down 30K, and then just had like from February on, it was just green. A little bit of retracement after it hit 58,000, but it came back down, went right back up. So I expect there to be something similar, and I think that Dogecoin, as of recently, has been majorly underperforming just the rest of the top 10, which makes me think two things. Obviously it's undervalued right now. It's been going up, but it just hasn't been climbing at the same rate as everything else. And that can't go on forever. When everything else is going up so steadily, there has to be someone is going to recognize this hole in the market. Like it will get found out eventually. And who knows, we could see that happen as Bitcoin and Ethereum cool down. We could see Doge really start to take off. So I don't know what obviously I think that there's going to be some sort of pullback in the next few days through Bitcoin, because it's just been going up like crazy. But I would expect Doge to start performing a lot better just within the next short, time frame.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, and everything that I've been looking over today is reflecting those conclusions as well. Right now, we're trading a little bit over 21 cents, comfortably over 21 cents, which is a really nice place to be. I was getting a little bit of blowback online. People saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? That Dogecoin is bullish. What do you mean it's bullish? It's been stuck." People thinking that I'm conflating things a bit. Well, by definition, Doge has been bullish all this last week. Could you maybe extrapolate a bit on that, Nick?
Well, I mean, if you look at all the top 10s, everything for the week is up. Dogecoin is 13.18% off of where Bitcoin is, as far as percentage gains for the week. which would take us to here. I'll measure it out real quick. Like 23, the 23, 24 area. And to be honest with you, I saw somebody post this earlier. They're like, if Bitcoin's at 41, Dogecoin should be at like 40 cents, which I kind of agree with. And like I said before, this was completely similar situation to what happened last time with Dogecoin, where it was like the market was really outperforming, and then finally, like, just people realized, like, oh wait, there's a massive hole in Dogecoin. There's a really huge opportunity to make a ton of money. I mean, you could double up if you got in right now. And I would imagine that a lot of people who got in high are probably looking to average down at the moment. Even though, yeah, our trading is fairly sideways, we're in an upward trend.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a good time to take advantage of that, but not really take on much of the risk. And I think that's what these are the kind of opportunities people look for. And this is the, like, people always ask, like, all my friends are like, well, when's a good time to get into Dogecoin? When is a good time? And, you know,
yeah.
I basically told everybody, like, you know, when I got in, but then, like, these are the perfect opportunities, like, right, like, at the beginning of July until about now. Even though we're in the green right now, I understand we're in an uptrend, but, like, anytime between, like, I don't know, July 13th through now, because the price action has been pretty stable. Anytime you see, like, stable price action like this and the whole market's in an uptrend, it's like an extremely big signal for growth potential. And I think people should start to read these signs and take advantage of them.
Yeah, I think that's really well laid out. I mean, just for some perspective here, Dogecoin is up more than 10% over the last week. It's up more than 1.5% for the day. Bitcoin is up a whopping 23% over the last week. But it is trading sideways all day today. So we are seeing some extra bullishness from Doge in the last 24 hours that Bitcoin isn't necessarily exhibiting to the measure of 1.5%. When you're talking about market caps the size of Dogecoin, that's no small feat, is it, Nick?
No, definitely not. And these are percentage gains that people in the stock market would be glad to take advantage of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
10% gain in a week, or even, you know, 20% gain in a week. People in the stock market, that doesn't happen. So,
right.
Or very rarely. So yeah, I mean, this is a perfect time where the average price. I mean, look at it realistically, Stephen. Like, where was our lowest buy-in opportunity over, like, the past several months? Like, okay, April 23rd, right? That we went down to 16 cents then. Since then, that's been about as low as we've gone. I don't see necessarily a massive, I mean, the difference between where we're at now and our most recent low is like 32%, 32.5%.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, could you have taken advantage of that super, super low dip? I'm sure very few did. You know, you can't always predict that perfectly. And just like selling a perfect top, like, it's almost impossible to do that. So let's just call it an even 25%. You know, that still isn't that crazy. Like, this, like I said, it's still a great time. Like, right now this is the opportunity to be honest with you. When I got into Dogecoin in 2014, this was the setup that I was looking for. It was like a little bit of a recovery off of the low, and at the time it was like getting towards highs. So I'm like, okay, it's going, it's healthy. I was like, this is a good time. So coming off of a high, not setting current all-time highs or anything like that. It's just a comfortable place to buy where you know you're like, there's not a ton of risk potential.
Yeah, well stated there. Well stated, Nick. You know, when we look at the rest of the market, the big breakout are, well, firstly, I'd like to say that, you know, Dogecoin is up 1.5% today, wherein Bitcoin is trading sideways. And there were a few articles that we covered on the show that were referenced myself, and obviously the tremendous boost that I got from Elon for his like of my tweet in regards to my suggestion of AMC accepting Dogecoin. And even the few articles that talked about this from FX Street to Bazinga said they felt that this had something to do with putting that little extra pep in Doge's step all the way going in over the weekend here. So it's really not too far. It's not really a stretch, Nick, to assume that what we're doing here actually had played a role in giving a Doge a little bit of a boost here. When Elon does move markets, and with the moment he liked my tweet talking about the advocacy for the AMC Dogecoin merging, it really did put Dogecoin again front and center in the news articles, and just kind of reverberated an extra excitement going on out there. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect platform to keep. I think we keep the Dogementum strong here, and it was so it's so funny that that specific statement regarding AMC and Doge got so much traction, because it really does make sense. I was just watching a video by the guy who he made the Million token, and he played some clip from some guy, and this girl was interviewing him, and she was like, what do you think is going to be the best performing asset going forward? And the guy was like, community coins. That's it. Community coins. And this guy's like an ex-Facebook tech guru, and he's right. He was explaining how virtual reality never really took off, like the headsets everybody uses, because there's no community there. You can't share it with your friends. You can't post online about it. You're just standing in your room pretending to be somewhere else.
Right.
And it's true. Communities are going to drive the next era of what he was describing as like Internet 3.0. Internet 1.0 being the internet from like the 90s. Internet 2.0 being Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these social apps and platforms. In Internet 3.0 is a merging of communities and community influence on the internet. And I would go one step further and say that community coins or community projects in crypto with memes being the language of these communities is what is going to drive the next era of the internet.
Yeah, well stated there. If we could pivot, why don't we pivot to this eToro ad?
Yes, please.
Today?
Oh my God, I want to laugh.
So, for those of you who don't know, eToro is a trading app for cryptocurrency. They put out this ad today. It was really shockingly awful. It was I don't know how else to describe it, but a Doge dissing ad promoting their recent platforming of the Shiba token, and it was cringeworthy to say the least. And it was very surprising because the ad was just a full out dig and diss of Dogecoin and the promotion of Shiba at the expense of dissing Dogecoin, and just saying, basically positioning and saying that Shiba is like the new Doge, essentially, and that Doge is, and that Shiba is a superior cryptocurrency. I mean, it really was over the top. And to me, I'm just like, now hold the phone, eToro. It was less than a month ago that you guys rolled out Dogecoin. Okay, so what kind of company and what kind of idiots that are sitting on the marketing department at eToro where they thought it was a good idea to diss Dogecoin, about a month after they platformed it and were promoting it in the favor of SHIB. It just seemed like, okay, well, now you're dissing one of your own products that you guys carry. Is this very, very baffling? What are your thoughts, Nick?
Absolutely ridiculous. I thought it was the dumbest freaking thing that a company could do. Here's the thing. Do they know about market cap or trading volume or any of these things?
Any of them.
I feel like a company who puts out a piece of marketing like that, they deserve to be hacked. Because they can't be running any security over there because they clearly don't understand numbers. There's no way. We're talking about apples and oranges here. Dogecoin is a top 10 multi-billion-dollar crypto. It is one of their best performing assets. And then you're going to talk about Shiba Inu, which is having trouble even being traded.
Right.
They probably put that out because no one is trading it. So they want to make it seem cool and whatever.
Right.
If it's not making you money, don't give it more attention, bro.
Right.
It's clearly not doing well. A really poorly timed and badly managed ad campaign, it's not going to change that.
Yeah.
It's not going to change the structure of the token. It's not going to change the technical basis of the token itself. It just baffles me. I think Billy really he got it taken down.
I know the power of Billy Marcus.
I love it.
Was really on display today. But and then I'm gonna just pull up Billy's Twitter here because I think it's noteworthy. So I'm going to pull up Billy's Twitter because I'm going to find the exact tweet that he sent out covering this. And hey, he said this. He said this earlier today. He tweeted this out. Hey, eToro, you should tell your boy at eToro US division that making a cringy ad with misinformation plus attacks a coin people use on your platform is a pretty unintelligent marketing. Unfollowed will no longer support your company and would encourage Doge Army to do the same. Wow, doesn't get any more clear cut than that. I mean, it couldn't. Billy Marcus, once in a while, he'll really come out swinging. And if you've ever doubted his bullishness and loyalty to Doge, still, I'll tell you what, that pretty much says it all right there. And then about an hour later, he added to the tweet. He said, "Update." They took it down. But before they took it down, I had recorded it, and then I just kind of took some liberties myself just to make a fun remix of it, just kind of trolling it, and I posted that to my Twitter if you guys want to check that. Actually, it's on the channel too if you want to check that out. And when I posted, I didn't realize some people thought that was maybe the original version, but to me it was self-explanatory that I was obviously I kind of edited and messed with it to make it even more ridiculous. But one of the things that in this ad that it's by the way, why don't we get the super chat? Sorry about that, Sliding Edge $5 super chat. What other investment could you buy in at 25 cents and potentially quadruple your portfolio by the end of the year? Dogecoin, get it right, Mark Cuban. Did Mark Cuban say something today? That was
It was his birthday today.
Okay. I'm just wondering, but the super chat seems to get it right, Mark Cuban. It sounds like, I don't know, it gives the impression that maybe Mark Cuban was said something disparaging about Doge today or something.
Oh, I think probably because he calls it Dogecoin.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things that they was propagated in this sheep ad from eToro, one thing that's always kind of rubbed me the wrong way that Sheeb always likes to take credit for is a tweet wherein anytime Elon's tweeted where he mentions a Shiba Inu dog, in reference to Loki, his newfound pet now for the family there. They always interpret it, or I think they darn well know it's not specifically a call out for the Shiba Inu token, but that's how they publicize it, right? And that's what eToro did on that ad too, where they just flat out said that Elon tweets about is that Elon likes and tweets about the Shiba Inu token. Now, I don't know what kind of low IQ you have to not be able to differentiate between when Elon is talking about the Shiba Inu breed of dog versus the token. But Elon has never endorsed or even close to endorsed specifically the Shiba Inu token. I mean, with all due respect to those folks, it's fine if you want to think it's like fun and then you can kind of piggyback off that. I don't blame you for them for going with a marketing opportunity there, but to straight up claim that he's endorsing that token is, well, it's a lie. It's a lie, and go ahead.
To be fair, Stephen, a lot about Shiba Inu is a lie. We were talking about this earlier. They're currently ranked on CoinMarketCap at 45,
right,
which is absolutely ridiculous because they're a token, which means all of their tokens have been allocated, meaning their overall market cap value is based on fully diluted market cap, not like a vast majority of those coins aren't being, or I should say tokens aren't being traded, as well as people are having difficulties, primarily the entire country of India is having difficulties even buying and selling these things right now. They can't sell them. There's not enough buyers on the market. It's just not being traded.
Right.
So I think the market cap, I think that the market cap of tokens should be left off of CoinMarketCap altogether, because it's something, tokens are completely differently structured than coins as far as how they're, allocated. And prime example, Shiba Inu, 50% of it was given to Vitalik.
Right.
You couldn't do it would literally, it's impossible to do that with Doge. You couldn't give 50% of Doge to anyone because it's being mined.
Right.
So like it just doesn't make any sense to put tokens on CoinMarketCap with everything else, because they're just mathematically they're not the same thing. And I cannot believe that it is ranked 45 just based on a fully diluted market cap. It just baffles me. And eToro, go. I'm not going to say it. Take this one, Stephen. I don't want to go too far.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but needless to say, the Doge community has definitely found itself at odds with eToro, and the fact that they deleted it so quickly, they deleted it within an hour and a half since they posted that ad, just goes to show how powerful and impactful the Dogecoin community is, and I think this is a really great sign. I think this is really encouraging to know that the Dogecoin community really can wield a lot of influence when we come together and we stick up for ourselves. And we can't be afraid to stick up for ourselves sometimes. And that was a perfect kind of a quintessential example when it is okay to do so. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add to that one, Nick?
Yeah, just if you own it, I doubt, but if anybody in the chat owns an exchange, I'm not a marketing genius. Like, I'm not like, what's the guy from that show? I could have told you that this was going to go over poorly. I'm just and I'm not anything special. Yeah,
it was just a bafflingly stupid move. I just don't know why you would handle things that way, where you would just literally diss one of your primary coins that you hold in favor of another. I mean, there's so many ways they could have rolled this out, by not doing that, Josh Randell disavows coming in at a $10 super chat. Thanks to Nick. I went super heavy at the gym and did some borderline shart reps. I don't know what shart.
I know what shart reps are.
I mean, I know what the term shart means. I don't know if it means the same thing in this capacity. Woke up feeling like I rode my dirt bike off the Grand Canyon. So there you go. There you have it.
Josh, I'm going to be there right there with you, buddy, because I have not done legs in 2 weeks because of my birthday the other week, and then I was still kind of like in party mode the next week. So I missed legs for 2 weeks. And then I got the brilliant idea to squat 500 pounds today after not squatting for 2 weeks. So yeah, that it's gonna be an issue tomorrow. Well, actually, probably not tomorrow. Monday is gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for that, Josh Randell. Appreciate you. Next story here. This comes courtesy of The Verge. Elon Musk and Apple deny wild story that he tried to replace Tim Cook. Cook and I have never spoken or written to each other. Elon Musk reportedly demanded to become Apple CEO in a 2016 phone call with Apple CEO Tim Cook, according to an upcoming book about Tesla. The story, shared by the Los Angeles Times, comes from Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century, written by Wall Street Journal reporter Tim Higgins. As the book tells it, Cook suggested that that Apple acquire Tesla, and that Musk said he wanted to be CEO. Cook reportedly agreed, but Musk clarified that he wanted to be the CEO of Apple. And according to former aide who heard Musk's retelling of the exchange, Cook said, "F you," before hanging up the phone. Musk, in a tweet on Friday, flat out said that Cook and I never have spoken, never have written to each other. He also said that he attempted to meet with Cook about Apple acquiring Tesla, the other way around, a meeting that Cook refused, right? And then let me pop to a tweet that I found in relation to this from Viv. You know who Viv is, don't you? She's one of the designer developers in relation, and friends with also good friends with Elon. And she tweeted this out earlier today. Now, Tim Higgins, the guy that's just authoring this book that came out, that's claiming this, Viv says, Higgins was given plenty of opportunities to fact check before coming up with wild and completely fabricated claims in order to increase the sales of his book by generating clickbait headlines. He did not. This did not happen. And Tim Higgins...
Viv's the girl with the bangs.
Yes.
I know her.
And when you look, I mean, I don't like to judge people on appearance, but he's also a CNBC contributor, and he looks like the kind of, I just can't help but say it, he looks like the kind of guy that would do something like this. Absolutely. And this is kind of serious. I mean, this guy is making a huge, bold claim that Elon and his people close to him say is completely fabricated, that never happened. And the thing is, Tim Higgins is using this questionable fact as one of the main selling points of his book. So if it's true that Tim Higgins is indeed lying about this, that means his entire book, one of the main things that he's pinning the sales on his book on, is completely fabricated, which is a huge problem. And I did my background work on Tim Higgins this afternoon, and I tend to definitely side with Elon on this one. And Tim Higgins doesn't. He has kind of a history of hyperbole, should I say? So, I just think this is a very audacious move. I don't know how someone sleeps at night writing a book and literally just the thing that you are shopping around as being the most interesting part of your book is also coincidentally the thing that you've just made up out of thin air. It's just wild to me. What do you say, Nick?
I'm looking at Tim Higgins right now.
Yeah.
And he looks like a marionette. he
See what I mean?
like,
yeah.
He looks like a ventriloquist doll. I cannot possibly take this man seriously. He appears to be made out of wood and put together by Geppetto. I have no idea. This guy is a... Why would you... First off, if you had zero... You're just making up stories, right? And you're going to come out with a book that's like, this is what happened. And in 2 seconds, Elon Musk is like, no, that's not what happened.
Right.
At all.
Yeah, he's like, there's no truth to it. Like there's not even a fabric of truth to it.
Is this a work of fiction? Is
right.
this like, what is this guy? Such a weird thing. I'm reading it right now. Inside the outrageous story of Elon Musk and Tesla's bid to build the world's greatest car. And it's like power play, the big Tesla logo. First off, how the hell did you get that Tesla logo in there? This is really not going to go well for this guy. His book might actually sell well just based off of how like people are going to be like, this is ridiculous. I want to read how maniacal this person is, but wow, just wow. I can't believe somebody would think this is a good idea. His head. What are these people? The same.
Start with that. Where do you even start with that? It's just, that's the thing. It's just pretty sketch all around and in very poor taste. And I think it's going to likely catch up with them. If not, I like you said, I think it will likely contribute to his book sales right now. But going forward, I think it's going to be a pretty significant credibility killer going forward.
Surprised he's not getting sued.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
Shocking.
Well, who knows? As of now, right?
Dude, as of now, Doge is killing it right now.
Yeah, look at this, you guys. We've gone up just since we've been on the air. We've gone up significantly for the short amount of time we've been on anyway. We are at 21.63. I think when we started, we were at 21.15. So another big, thick green candle forming right now. It'd be cool if we, peaked difficult. So who knows? We're going to keep an eye on it, but let's see here.
I'm gonna pull a reverse upshot. I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in. So over the last hour, you guys, we have almost a 3% increase on Dogecoin just over the last hour since we've been on the air.
I'm at 420. I'm at literally 420%, 4.2%.
What's that?
This is Doge USDT through Binance. It's up 4.3% now.
Oh my gosh! Going. Wow, it keeps going, guys. So this is some nice little bumps that we're going through here right now. And I'm watching another green candle forming.
54 in the 70s.
Let me go to the 1 minute charting that we have on there. A little bit of retracement right now, as you can see here. And we'll see how long that lasts. I don't think it's going to last much longer before I'd guess another green forms here momentarily. We shall see. But you can see where we started at the hour down here at like 21.19, and then all those short greens, and then a couple long ones up to here, and then we took a retracement, and we're headed back up again, and just a very even a smaller retracement here, which is a really good sign, and that usually amounts to a quicker recovery before we start to see the greens go up. Who knows?
My concern really is just, with the entire market, because it's all I mean, it's most of the market, but primarily the top 10s, everything is on a tear on the daily. Like everything, we've had green days for like 2 weeks in a row now. Everything has. I mean, Doge had like one red day, but it was it was a barely filled out candle, so I wouldn't even count that. It was like a neutral day. But I mean, I did the math actually today. So most people who know, I transferred off of Binance. I transferred my BNB over to Bitcoin, and I wanted to know the math, right? Like the percentage gain if I would have gone, because a lot of people were telling me, you know, I don't have any Ethereum, which is a huge like hole in my portfolio. My plan, my long-term plan was to, when Doge broke through $1, whatever the remainder would be, like let's say it's $1.05 or something like that, I'd put that 50,000 into Ethereum because I'm going to be selling 1 million. So that was my long-term plan. But I just wanted to see what would the percentage gain be. I did make more money putting flipping my BNB over to Bitcoin, but not a huge difference between ETH and Bitcoin as far as percentage gains over the last 2 weeks. And I still think Ethereum has a big range to move into.
Yeah, big time. Speaking of Ethereum has been the most bullish out of the top 10 in the last few days. To put a little perspective on it, Ethereum is up 19% over the last week. Over the last day, it's at 4.5% up, and so a 4.5% gain just today, which is extraordinarily bullish for when you consider that the market cap for Ethereum is over 300 billion. Nick, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to just continue. And like we talked about many times, Nick, we've talked about that at some point, both ETH and Doge are likely going to be the most bullish coins in the whole market. What do you say?
Oh, for sure. And especially with the bridge coming up. I always say that I had the opportunity to buy Ethereum at like $10.
Did you really? Did you really? Oh my gosh.
I did.
Wow.
This was back in like 2016, I think. Somewhere around there. 2016, 2017. And it was my biggest it's one of my biggest regrets in crypto was not getting into Ethereum.
Yeah, I can see
why.
I
remember hearing about it and I was like, man, like I had already done, like, this was a few years after my Doge deal, and I was I was totally out of crypto, and I heard about Ethereum and I heard about all the tech and I learned about it, and I just made the decision to not do it.
Wow.
And you know, I could have pulled the same move. I just thought, like, I don't know. It was in one of my buying ranges. Like, I always try and buy things for like a really super cheap. Like, I try and get stuff like on the low, and that was one of those things where, like, I thought it was like the right price. Like, it was like $10-11. I'm like, yeah, I could put 10 or 15 grand into this. I was like, yeah, and then I just like forgot about it and didn't do it. It's one of my biggest regrets in all of crypto.
I can see why. Oh my gosh, Nick. What an opportunity to pass by. But you know what? It's always easy to say that now, right? I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. It's always easy to say, "Oh, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda." When you're in the present moment, when you're in the present time, looking back, when we already have the answers in the present moment of what had already transpired. Of course, you know. I think we can all look at. We can all point to some very distinct moments in our lives where we missed the boat on that, but we're not fortune tellers, and if we were, everybody would be filthy rich. So let's see here. Bitcoin just broke 42,000, you guys. So the whole market looking really bullish right now. Bitcoin is trading just a little bit over 42,000. It just broke in the last minute here. Over that threshold of resistance. Just fantastic. And the high for the day, this isn't the first time it broke 42,000. It broke briefly earlier to the tune of $42,168. Right now, we just broke 42. So if we can beat that ATH for the day anyway, I think that's going to be a really good sign of maybe we could see a continued spicy evening going into the late night here, and by the time we wake up tomorrow.
Bull market confirmed.
Bull market confirmed.
I was waiting for Bitcoin to hit like 42 consistent. As long as it can stay on this trajectory and be, I'm not saying it has to be 42 for the next week or anything. It can come down a little bit, but if it just sticks in this range, this like 41 to 42 range for like a week, not even 5 days. 5 days of good 41 to 42 price action, bull market confirmed. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, how about that? So Nick is saying bull market confirmed at this point. I'm about there. This is
what I was waiting for, was 42.
Yeah, I'm about there. 42 is a big resistance point. So right now, we want to keep a close eye on Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin just zooming, you guys. It's now it's at $42,115. Now keep in mind, the ATH for the day with Bitcoin is 42,168. Here we go, 42,160. We are just, Bitcoin is just climbing exponentially at the moment.
82.
Here it is. Bitcoin has reached 82, 85. It's just climbing so rapidly right now, blowing away the previous ATH for the day. This is certainly looking like a bull run at this point, ladies and gentlemen. And what a time to be on the air. This is really exciting to see. In fact, I think...
got a great step pattern forming too. Like, I love seeing the steps. Like, as long as it's stepping up, those stairs are being created. It's not like doing anything funky. It's created there's been a step pattern forming in Bitcoin since the 20th.
Right.
And I really like it looks really good. It looks really good. Bitcoin is looking great.
Yeah, Bitcoin is looking awesome. ETH is looking awesome. Doge is finally starting to come up now here too. Wow, we already just since we've been talking here, Nick, Bitcoin's at $42,300 now. It's just moving very, very rapidly. My goodness. So obviously, whether how you feel about it, we are still in a Bitcoin dominant market, and so. Typically where Bitcoin goes, the rest of the market goes also, but we are seeing more expressive moments of variation from that, and I think that's going to continue to happen a little bit more frequently, but certainly we're not going to be doing away with Bitcoin dominance for quite some time. That's not necessarily a bad thing, I guess, until other things get in order. But
we got ETH 2.0 is coming out like soon, right?
2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, ETH 2.0 will finally be released. That's something else I wanted to talk about. So we're going to continue to keep an eye, you guys, on Bitcoin as we're live here, and I'm going to get to that other story about Ethereum 2.0. Just looking through my notes here. Oh, here we are. This comes courtesy of Market Insider via journalist Harry Robinson. Bitstamp CEO, he's been blown away by interest in Ether staking as exchanges gear up for Ethereum 2.0. Bitstamp is one of many exchanges that have added staking amid excitement around Ethereum 2.0. Staking is when users put up tokens to gain the right to validate transaction to earn more crypto. The CEO of crypto exchange Bitstamp has been blown away by the amount of interest in Ether staking on the platform as excitement builds around the sector that JP Morgan believes could be worth $40 billion in 5 years' time. Ethereum 2.0, from what we've seen so far, he says, is going to even exceed the most optimistic expectations in transaction speeds and timing. So this is something we've been talking about, something that has needed to happen for Ethereum. and it's about time. Now, they botched the rollout of Ethereum 2.0 about 4 or 5 months ago. That was, I remember that. It was supposed to come out then. Now it's finally time, high tide. It looks like it's circling around again. Hopefully it's actually delivers this time. But the launch date for Ethereum 2.0 is around 2 weeks time. Potential real game changer here. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, this is my my personal opinion on anything that's new, that's a asset class. So like IPOs, new coins. I mean, this kind of falls outside of that because it is so groundbreaking. But typically, I don't like to buy in right when something comes out. This is just me personally. Now, a lot of people out there are going to get Ethereum 2.0 because they've been staking their Ethereum for so long. And more power to you. If you get free Ethereum 2.0 from staking your ETH, that's the way to do it. I wish the Dogecoin bridge was done because I would have already swapped 1 million Dogecoin over to a wrapped ETH and staked it for ETH 2.0. I would have done that a long time ago. But I don't typically buy fresh coins or IPO stock for that very reason. I mean, Robinhood actually did fairly well as an IPO. They're not like super far down, but every time something new comes out, it's like the price just kind of finds it's got to find its footing, you know. But I'm interested to see what the opening price of ETH 2.0 will be, and I'm gonna watch it for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm gonna look for a good entry, but I think it's gonna be groundbreaking. I think there's gonna be so many technical advantages to using it, and I'm really excited to see what kind of tech Vitalik has in store for us.
Likewise, and you know, it's really something to consider, knowing that Ethereum, in our opinion anyway, that Ethereum 2.0 is going to be such a groundbreaker, such a monumentous game changer going forward, that to also know that the Dogecoin developers have been working so closely with a few of the key Ethereum developers in building a very mutually beneficial bridge between Dogecoin and Ethereum. Gosh, I've been saying this over and over again, that between Ethereum 2.0 and the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge, I think these could collaboratively be the most significant game changers in the entire crypto market for quite some time. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I think that is definitely a fair statement to make. And, you know, we've talked about this before. You know, I think there's going to come. It's crazy now because you're hearing major Bitcoin proponents already talking about the flippening. And that's insane. People like, even BitBoy Crypto is like, yep, ETH is going to, winners just like, you know what? It's inevitable. Like Ethereum's going to, that's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see BitBoy Crypto express that recently. I was like, whoa, wow. I just didn't expect it. I agree with them. I agree with them there. Guys, I know the stream's lagging a little bit here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I haven't seen this much lagging in quite a while, but it'll get back on track momentarily. Just be patient. Have a sip of your cocktail or your tea, and there we are. It looks like we snapped back. Someone asked in the chat, what is staking? What is staking? Well, staking basically is a process that involves buying and selling, or buying and setting. You set aside like a certain amount, a smaller amount of tokens to become an active kind of validation node for the network. Okay, so by you simply holding those, the buyer and then kind of becomes a piece of that network's security infrastructure, and then you are compensated for participating in that network security infrastructure. It's not very difficult to do, and can be advantageous financially. So it's definitely worth looking into, particularly when it comes to ETH 2.0, guys. ETH 2.0. Guys, you were listening to your man, Real Deal Steven Steele, coming to you live Saturday night live at 10:35 p.m. in my neck of the woods and Nick's neck of the woods. If you're out in that West Coast, you are riding early style at 8:36 p.m. And of course, if you are on the East Coast or Florida, you're looking at near around midnight at 11:36 p.m. If you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you and invite you to subscribe. Join our awesome, vibrant, exponentially growing community. Hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell. And if you've already subscribed, hit all on that notification bell, folks. I can't emphasize the importance of that. If you feel compelled to super chat anytime through the rest of this episode, that's obviously hugely appreciated for all my time and efforts putting into this. You feel free to ask myself and or Nick here anything you'd like, and we'll field those questions as efficiently and thoroughly as possible. Also, if you haven't become a member, you can become a member. How do you become a member? Just simply click the link pinned at the top of the chat. It shows you 3 different membership tiers that are available. If you see people with those green badges in the chat, with the green names in the chat, those are people that are members. That's what that means. And then when you see those funky emojis, you wonder where those came from. Well, those who come from one of the features that come unlocked as a member. So if you're interested in that, it's also a good way to help out the channel as well. Getting back to this, I cannot overstate the importance, honestly, of all this that's transpiring right now. And if you are discouraged about everything else in relation to Dogecoin right now, if there's one thing you could take to the bank to be absolutely elated by, it is this. It is the Ethereum Dogecoin bridging. It is Ethereum 2.0, all kind of coming out in the very near future. This is going to be. I really think this is going to be quite a ride. And now that we even have a super establishment, very Bitcoin bullish, big personalities like BitBoy Crypto, who's the most popular cryptocurrency content creator on the planet, now acknowledging that Bitcoin dominance cannot keep going with Ethereum rising. And this is something Nick and I have been saying for quite some time before many others, that Ethereum is poised to take that number one spot. And I think Ethereum 2.0 is the one of the main ingredients we've been waiting for to make that possible going in long term here, guys. Next article that I got here comes courtesy of Bazinga. Why Elon Musk thinks Epic is right in its fight against Apple. Some of you may be asking yourself, what is Epic? Well, Epic is a video game developer. And so they're a video game developer, and Bazinga writes this about it. Over the former's restrictive practices in Apple's App Store, Elon fired back at Apple's 30% commission it charges for each purchase made on its App Store. Musk said in a tweet Friday, Epic may, after all, be all right in taking on Apple. Musk's argument against Apple is that the App Store fee is a de facto global tax imposed on the internet. I love that. Epic has taken exception to Apple preventing other payment options on iPhone, iPad, iPod. The manufacturer of the hugely popular Fortnite game tried circumventing Apple's steep commission by using an in-app payment system in Fortnite. In August of 2020, Apple retaliated by removing Epic Games from its App Store. Absolutely brutal. Musk and Apple have never been on the best of terms. The Tesla CEO revealed in a tweet in December of 2020 that he had been approached by Apple regarding a potential takeover when his company was going through a tough time in 2017 amid the development of the Model 3 vehicle. Musk was ready to sell Tesla to Apple at a throwaway price, vis-a-vis the steep evaluation shares currently. So, Nick, what do you say? I actually like that Elon is getting fired up, kind of throwing a few barbs at Apple. Apple, particularly since Tim Cook took over, in my opinion, has been excessively greedy and kind of ridiculous. If there's one thing that has really, I'd say Tim Cook has made a name for himself with since he took over Apple, is just creating a bunch of extra unnecessary dongles and attachments that people are forced to buy just in order to keep using their existing Apple products. And all this stuff's very unnecessary. I mean, even the iPhones now, you can't charge your phone. You have to make an ultimatum between charging your phone and having headphones plugged in. To me, this absolutely makes no sense. And I don't know how moves like this are synonymous with technological advancement. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I have never been a fan of Apple. The only Apple product I ever owned was an iPod back in the day. This was when, what's-his-face was still in charge. Can't think of his name. The guy who invented
Steve
Apple.
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is when Steve Jobs was still alive. So the iPod was the only Apple device I ever owned, and that was solely because there were literally it was either that or a freaking CD player, and I wasn't doing that. So
yeah,
as technology evolved, now you listen to all your music on your phone, so it's no big deal. But I've never liked Apple's business practices. I thought Steve Jobs was an asshole. He was not a very good employer as far as like what he put his employees through. He just wasn't a good guy. Apple is not a good company. Any way you piece it, like every part of the company is just not good. Yeah, I mean, where they make their products, how they make their products, the excessive uselessness of all of their little attachments and add-ons and fees and everything. They've figured out a way to monetize like breathing, and I just think it's ridiculous. And interestingly enough, I went to high school and was good friends with one of the greatest hackers on earth. His name was Jeremy Hammond. He's in jail right now, coincidentally.
For hacking?
Yeah. He stole $5 million from Stratfor.
No way.
Government defense company. Yep.
Wow.
He also created Anonymous. He was the creator of Anonymous. And I was good friends with this guy.
No way.
Yeah. I was the roadie for his twin brother's band, Ice Titan. And
Ice Titan?
Ice Titan. Yeah, that was their name. They were a black metal band. It was dope. But he was a huge Apple guy, and I was always trying to tell him, like, this company is really not great. Like, this was back in the day, but guys, when I was all political, this was like right around 9/11, and I was trying to convince him, like, they use slave labor for all their product. He was the last guy who should be using Apple. It was like the one piece of like capitalist technology that he embraced. I always thought it was really odd because he loved Apple so much. I'm like, dude, you can build your own PC and it's way better and cheaper. But he loved Apple. I don't know why. He had I remember I met him when he was old. He's older than me. He's a few years older than me. So when I was in 8th grade, going into freshman year of high school, there was a website that got known in the hacking community. I think he called it Hack This Site or something like that. And it was a challenge. It was like 6 stages, or maybe 7 or 8. And I think I made it about halfway through. And when I first started going to school, my high school. He was like a sophomore or a junior, and I'll never forget. He like found me in the hallway, and he's like, "This is back. I was playing Counter-Strike, and I was nerding out and doing a lot on the computer." He found me in the hallway, and he's like, "I know who you are." I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're so and so who hacked, got like halfway through my website, hacked this site." I was like, "Oh, that's your site. That's so crazy." We ended up becoming really good friends, and I've kept up with his jail exploits, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he stole $5 million after we left school.
Wow.
And I always gave him a hard time because he was doing that stuff back when we were in high school, and I was like, "Dude, you have the smarts to be able to not get caught doing this." But he didn't care about getting caught. That wasn't the point. The point of doing it was to like, oh, by the way, the $5 million that he stole, he gave it to a bunch of charities instantly. He transferred the money out of Stratford's bank account and into the bank accounts of a bunch of charities. So he wasn't doing it for money. It's just crazy. It was just a crazy time. So crazy. If you want to go look him up, his name's Jeremy Hammond. I have a picture of us, a black and white photo from our high school yearbook of us giving the power fist, the black power salute. I don't know why. But yeah, he loved Apple products. I hated them. I tried to convince him otherwise, but it didn't work.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for the record, I've been attached to Apple products since for forever, but that's because the only thing that's kept me with it is Logic. I've been using Logic, which is the Hallmark music program, a music recording production program under Apple. And I think there's a certain level of user-friendly intuitiveness in terms of Apple's like interface and its functioning that a lot of people find comforting. And I think that's likely Apple's greatest strength, really.
I literally can't use them. Like,
really?
My brother, yeah, I can't use a Mac.
Oh, to me, it's just second nature.
Oh my! I don't know how to click on anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I physically can't use it, and I'm glad. I don't care. I don't want to learn. Chad asked me, "Does he still have the money?" No, Chad. He's in prison. He does not have the money. The money is gone. He's going to get out of prison soon, though. I think his release date is it might be next year.
Wow. It sounds like they could probably make a movie out of the guy.
They should. They really should, because it was such an interesting time. It was, like I said, it was right around. This all popped off around 9/11, and I'm trying to look. I haven't. He has his brother or somebody runs Twitter for him. You can write him letters in prison. Okay, yeah. So he's 3 years older than me. Trying to see when he gets released. It's got to be coming up. He was the primary. He was also the primary guy who released the data. Who basically where the WikiLeaks data came from. That's
right.
him. It came from him.
Gotcha. Wait, how is he involved with WikiLeaks?
He was first imprisoned over the Protest Warrior hack in 2005. Was later convicted of computer fraud in 2013 for hacking the private intelligence firm Stratfor and releasing data to WikiLeaks. So he took not only did he steal $5 million from Stratfor,
yeah,
Stratfor was holding all of those videos of like the soldiers blowing children up in Iraq.
Oh yeah.
And he was the one who got all those videos off of Stratfor's database and gave them to what's his name, Julian Assange.
Wow, so he's the one that provided that info to Assange?
Correct.
Amazing. Yeah, it's interesting to see like the WikiLeaks. I've always been a big fan of, personally, I've always been a big fan of WikiLeaks, big fan of overall of Assange. And it's interesting to see throughout the years wherein the era that you're referencing to, WikiLeaks seemed to be just kind of, I guess, inherently due to the data dumps, the nature of the data dumps going on at that time, seemed to be a lot more of a friend of the left. And as we've as things evolved and in curious fashion in the American political landscape, now WikiLeaks is more associated with something that's a fascination of people that skew a little bit more rightward or independent, obviously. But I just think it's interesting because WikiLeaks, something like WikiLeaks, and the main functions of somebody like Assange are basically releasing secret information to the public for people to make up their own minds about particular issues and things going on behind the scenes. And it really shouldn't have a partisan bent, but inherently it always will, depending on the nature of the information coming forward and the issues going on at that time and who's in power at that time and it's inevitably going to be more disadvantageous for one political party, right? And so,
for sure,
it's interesting to see people that have an inherent political bias. They can't wrap their heads around it, and all of a sudden, the same people that loved WikiLeaks then hate WikiLeaks. The same people that were anti-censorship are suddenly pro-censorship, and vice versa. It's just a curious thing to see, and it's really a testament to how strong people's kind of predetermined narratives and their confirmation bubble of bias can really be, you know?
Oh, 100%. And actually, good news, Jeremy's actually out of prison. I just found out.
Oh, you just looked it up. Okay.
Yeah, he got out last winter, and I shouldn't say he's out. He's living in a like a sober living house for the next 3 years. So.
Okay, so you got no trips to Dave and Buster's together anytime soon.
No, and he's not even in the state anymore. He's in like Massachusetts or something like that. But one day I feel like our paths will cross again.
Yeah.
He's active. It looks like he's active on Twitter. Maybe I'll reach out and
yeah, we'll get him on the program.
Oh my, yeah. I don't know if he can use a computer.
Oh yeah.
I think they are trying to keep him far away from the internet, Stephen.
I understand.
Considering, he's like, I've never seen, and I used to do like a fair bit of like, I was hacking with Jeremy at the time. He was light years ahead of me. But this guy could sit in front of a computer and in 10 minutes be inside like the FBI mainframe. Like in just a matter of a few minutes. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it in my life, before or since. Like, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He was extremely, just if you sit him, he was like MacGyver. Like, you could sit him in front of a piece of technology and he would just plug into it like Neo in the Matrix or something. I don't know. It was crazy.
Wow. Let's see. Maxine Hall says, if he supports Doge, then free the man. I agree. We all need to write him. You know that there's like websites where you can specifically request to be pen pals with people in prison that are looking for significant others. It's like dating. It's like dating websites. Dating websites for the imprisoned.
That's huge. I remember I was listening to I just listened to like a podcast or something last week with like an ex-felon, and they were asking him about that. Like, did you ever write with any girls? Did you ever get any? Because he was actually like a good-looking guy. He's like, no. He's like, you don't want to be talking to those girls. It's like, those aren't the girls you want.
Even the multi-felon knew that, but knew better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always kind of been a curious thing, but then there's always been a certain reoccurring peak fascination with certain kinds of females towards very diabolical men, that are locked up in prison. And many of the women that are pursuing these guys that have committed very, we're talking about murder charges and things of this nature, really develop really strong crushes for these guys. It's this
Totally.
kind of, it's a very fascinating thing, you know?
Well, remember Ted Bundy had that chick that was following him around towards the end of his trial.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's
So
right.
crazy.
It really is. It really is.
Girls are nuts.
Guys, Ethereum just started trading over 2,600 right now. So that is, Ethereum just keeps rising up. So that puts it at a 6% increase for the day. And we're at about 1.4% increase in just the last hour. So we're going to keep an eye on Ethereum. Ethereum seems to be on a bit of a bull run right now. Bitcoin is at 42,420 actually right now. And the Doge is looking to break what appears to be resistance right around that 2170 point is what it's looking like to me. So let's see if it
so glad that I sold my BNB when I did. I almost always tell people to never sell into the red, right? That's always a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Just sell into the red. But I sold my BNB when Bitcoin was like at its like almost its lowest. And in doing so, like I made way more off of Bitcoin, off of that Bitcoin transfer. I'm just so thankful I got rid of Binance. Oh, I'm so thankful.
Yeah,
Such a smart move.
It's a very smart move, and you're in much better hands now. And yeah, you and I kind of curved out of BNB kind of around the same time.
Yeah.
And certainly glad I did. Let me see here. This one comes courtesy of Reuters. This is another article talking about, a bit more specifically this time, about the major Ethereum upgrade, aka Ethereum 2.0, coming our way really soon here. And this comes courtesy of Reuters, as I said. They go on to say this. Ethereum, the second largest blockchain network, is about to undergo a major technical adjustment that will significantly alter the way transactions are processed, and as well as reduce the supply of the Ether token and sharply boost its price. The scheduled coding revamp will go live on August 4th, even sooner than I thought. This is sooner than I thought, Nick. So August 4th, it will go live. The upgrade, known as Ethereum Improvement Proposal, the EIP, is similar, analysts said, to a Bitcoin halving event, in which periodic adjustments reduce the supply of Bitcoin. Each halving helped propel Bitcoin's price to higher records. You hear that, folks? So that's what they're putting this event akin to. And we know what happened when that happened for Bitcoin. It really shot up Bitcoin's market value exponentially. So with this in mind, you guys, we could see Ethereum reasonably, I think it's not out, it's within a realm of fair probability that Ethereum could just start going absolutely gangbusters within the next week and a half here, guys. Reuters went on to say, well, Bitcoin is the preferred store of value in the digital ecosystem. Ethereum has emerged as the leading financial infrastructure, settling over 12 billion in daily transactions. Okay, so now we're seeing we are in an era now, and I can't overstate this enough. We are in an era now where Ethereum's daily trading volume is superseding Bitcoin's. This is phenomenal, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, that's there was a point in time when Doge was outperforming the trading of everything for a brief period there. Anytime you see another crypto in the top 10 outperforming trading volume of Bitcoin, even if it's just for like a day or a week, like that's a huge signal. You know what I mean? Like, and right now, you know, I wouldn't necessarily get into Ethereum right now just because of like where it's currently at. I wish I would have gotten in at like 17. I probably should have done that. Again, another missed opportunity on ETH, but I don't look at it like that. Yeah, I think Ethereum has such a huge potential going forward. And if like we said earlier, if you hear a guy like BitBoy Crypto accepting the fate that Ethereum's going to take the #1 spot, you can pretty much bet it's a guarantee.
Yeah, I agree. And in regards to when's a good time to get in on Ethereum, my perspective is this: I actually bought a chunk of Ethereum kind of close to what we now know to be the top. Okay, the last time. So, and it was a pretty decent chunk because I kind of misread the room on Ethereum, and I thought it was just gonna keep going up. And I think by end of year, from my analysis at that time for Ethereum was around 15,000, 12 to 15,000. But that I'm saying all that because whether if you bought more Ethereum at 1,700 or if you buy more Ethereum now, where it's trading around, where we at 2,600. You know what? For me, Ethereum is a super long-term hold for me. I don't plan on shifting around any of my Ethereum investments for years, you guys. So if you see the potential as a super long-term holder with Ethereum as I do, I'm not. Just to be honest with you, I'm not planning on moving my Ethereum investments for a minimum of 3 years. So, I don't. If you are of the persuasion of holding as long as I am on Ethereum, I don't think you're going to be losing a ton of sleep right now between 1,700 and now, because in the grand scheme of things, I still think that these are bargain prices on Ethereum, and as far as over the years of a long-term trajectory.
Yeah.
And here we got Dogecoin, like I said, it's really struggling to get past that resistance of 2170 there. We'll continue to keep an eye on it. Bitcoin settling down a little bit right now with a retracement at 42,365, but still, I think it's about to ramp up again. And who knows what could the rest of the late twilight night holds for us guys. And I think I got one more here, Nick, that I wanted to get to. And I'm just, give me a moment, calling it up here. This is pretty interesting. We sort of covered this before, but sort of not. And the story that I'm about to relay to you guys came courtesy of Bitcoin.com. PayPal unveils plans to expand cryptocurrency services with super app and open banking integration. So this super app that's coming, about to launch through PayPal. Payments giant PayPal has outlined its plans to expand cryptocurrency services, including a new wallet, a super app open to banking integration and UK expansion, and a third-party wallet transfers. We continue to be really pleased with the momentum we're seeing on crypto, and we're obviously adding incremental functionality to that. PayPal CEO Dan Schulman talked about his company's crypto plans and the progress of the upcoming super app during Payment Giant's second quarter earnings conference call on Wednesday. I'm pleased to report that the initial version of our new customer super wallet app is code complete, and we are now beginning to slowly ramp it up. Each wallet will be uniquely driven by our advanced AI and machine learning capabilities in order to enhance each customer's experiences and opportunities. In the next several months, we plan to fully be ramped up in the U.S. with a host of products and services across payments, basic consumer financial services, and commerce and shopping tools launching every quarter. You guys, this is really major. So we're talking about access to cryptocurrency and people's ability to spend via cryptocurrency through PayPal being offered to every PayPal user in the United States within the next 12 months. This is this is amazing. This is fantastic. This could be one of those, and I do think it's going to be one of those game-changing additions to the landscape here. Now, will this be something that will be dramatically seen in market values right out of the gate? Remains to be seen, but this does help cement digital currency as a long-term just option for the everyday consumer. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it other than I think this is pretty phenomenal. I don't think it's getting quite as much coverage as it deserves, in my opinion. You have any thoughts on this, Nick?
Yeah. Anytime you open up a new avenue to spend your crypto, a new platform to use your crypto on, I think that's very bullish and extremely positive for the community as a whole. It's not just Doge, but the whole crypto community. I think that's great. More online retailers, more businesses, more traction. I think that's what we're all going for here.
Yeah, big time agree there. Big time agree there, Nick. There's some other story I wanted to get to tonight that's just eluding me at the moment. Oh yeah, and that was this. Robinhood, and its IPO has launched now. And the more I was thinking about it, the more I was looking into it today. And it's something that we talked about in the past. And for some reason, we just hadn't really talked about it recently. But I was listening to one of the episodes of this show about 3 months ago, wherein I was talking about and I was predicting that Robinhood wallets wouldn't happen until they released an IPO. And then I predicted that Robinhood wallets would probably be released within 4 to 6 weeks after launching their IPO. And I was just thought to myself, I think that's a pretty keen prediction and one that I'm willing to kind of step in again and pick up where I left off. And I know a lot of people are speculating that Robinhood's never going to put out the wallets. I don't think that's going to be the case, you guys. I do think these wallets are going to be a reality except I would say 6 to 8 weeks now of where we stand today. Your thoughts, Nick?
I'm not as confident.
No?
No. I think Robinhood has a huge issue when it comes to crypto, in the sense that the tokens coins that they host on their site aren't directly owned by Robinhood. They're owned by third parties. So you've got the owners, the person who bought the coin on Robinhood. You're the actual owner of it, but you're not really. Then you've got Robinhood. They facilitated the transaction. They allowed you to buy the crypto on their platform. But then you have the place that Robinhood actually holds and paid for the crypto at, which in all likelihood is Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be for Doge, but it might be another hedge fund. The reason I don't see wallets happening for Robinhood anytime soon is because the process of getting the crypto from the actual buyer, I'm not talking about the end user, I'm talking about the hedge fund, to Robinhood, then to the customer. The process of doing that would cost Robinhood a lot of money. And it would also, so why does Robinhood do this, right? They do it with their stocks. They're an order flow company, right? They sell order flow. They don't hold anything. They just sell their order flow. I don't think Robinhood will ever come out with wallets. I don't think this will ever happen. Here's why. Because it is literally the opposite of their business model. Their business model is to sell order flow. And they can't sell order flow with crypto when it's a live market. So the price is constantly changing. they don't own the position itself. They just paid somebody to buy it so that they can sell the order to them. It doesn't, it's not advantageous. It literally, it giving people wallets for their crypto on Robinhood, it eliminates their company's way to make money. They're not making money off of the price differential. They're making money off of selling the order. Just like, I mean, they don't operate like any other, I mean, there are other order flow exchanges out there, especially with the stock market. I'm trying to think of a few now, but Robinhood is an order flow company. I don't ever see them, they would have no way to make money. How would they make money?
Well, they currently make their money by selling users' data to a lot of different directions. So that's always going to be there. Slay Blaze is laying in and says they will provide some additional incentive for holders not to transfer out, but rather to use their own wallet. I'm of that persuasion too. I think they are going to roll out some certain incentive program.
Again, that would cost them money to do that. That would not make them money. That would lose them money.
Right.
Have you ever heard of a company wanting to lose money before?
No, but I understand what you're saying. I guess I do disagree with you on this one in the sense that I think the financial consequences of them just not putting out wallets, I think will outweigh them just taking the hit of providing wallets. And I think that they know that at this juncture, if they leave...
That's a long-term... I think you're correct, but that's a long-term outlook, right? That would probably, just like Elon said, what would happen if people, what would happen if that number one whale wallet, which we know is Robinhood, got dissolved, right? People started taking their crypto out of there. Initially, it would not be good for price action. And it would not be good for Robinhood initially. In the long term, it would be great, right? But that's not how companies think. Companies want to know that next earnings report, they've got a positive balance on the books, especially a brand new company that's just IPO'd, and they're a brand new company. They want to show that they're profitable to their real investors who are their stockholders. They want to show them that they can make money. So I really, really doubt that Robinhood in any sort of reasonable time frame is going to release the crypto wallets. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. Could be years. It could be years.
I disagree with you on this one, but the good thing about time is we are going to find out, right? So let's see if I'm wrong. I have been wrong before, and we shall see. So right now, I'm predicting, guys, that Robinhood is going to roll out wallets within the next 6 to 8 weeks from today now. So we'll see if that happens. Another reason why I think it might happen, Nick, is I think people are overestimating, even once wallets were to be released, integrated rather, on Robinhood. I think it's overly estimated how many people will actually take action and transfer their cryptocurrencies out onto a cold wallet. And for this simple reason, the overwhelming majority of the Robinhood user bases are noobs. They're beginners. They're new to cryptocurrency. They're new to trading. These aren't the kind of people that are going to feel very confident on moving their valuable assets to a cold wallet. Pete, there's don't get me wrong, there's a certain percentage of the user base that are chomping at the bit and can't wait to do so. But I think that's a little overly conflated. What the percentage of Robinhood users that will actually execute and do that, and I think Vlad knows that.
I would agree. I agree with you there, but I think that the only way that would, because right now, right? Let's just say, at this very moment, the way that they're doing business is making them money. And the only way that Robinhood would ever put out wallets is if that wasn't the case anymore. Meaning, people would sell their Doge off of Robinhood just to get on another exchange. And I don't see that happening. In fact, it's the opposite. People are still scrambling to get into Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, for Robinhood to become profitable through the addition of allowing, and I believe you're right, I don't think people are going to scramble to leave. I think Robinhood, the problem with that idea and with that concept is that even though both you and I think that people will not scramble to leave Robinhood, it still opens up a hole for them to be attacked, right? They still have that possibility that people could just leave, meaning they have to ensure that that wouldn't be the case. So they would have to offer staking or something like that to keep, and their staking percentage would have to be far head and shoulders above everyone else's, right? Because why would you stake with not, if you had the ability to transfer somewhere else and stake for a higher percentage, why wouldn't you just do that? So Robinhood has put themselves between a rock and a hard place, specifically with Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is such a vast majority of their portfolio. By the way, guys, they also own something like 150,000 Bitcoin too. So they have put themselves in an extremely precarious position. I don't see this playing out well. I think this should have been something that was figured out in the beginning, and if it wasn't, I don't see it getting figured out at all. Because if it's not broke, they're not going to fix it. So unless people start leaving Robinhood in droves, which isn't the case so far, because what they're doing so far is making them crap tons of money. And until that changes, I don't think anything's going to change. This is just my take. I think once there's some sort of growth curve here, and that will change when people start leaving Robinhood and they find maybe at the next all-time high they find a good out. They think they're at the top, they sell out, they get off it. That could be a possibility. I could see that happening. But who knows? Robinhood could continue just doing what they're doing and still making tons of money. I don't know.
Well, I think the levee's about to break there, because anytime Robinhood posts anything, it doesn't matter what it's about, literally 95% of the comments are from their user base wanting wallets, raging at them over and over again. I think that if they drag this out another 6 months without wallets, I think you will see a mass exodus. And I think that Vlad is smart enough to know that's probably the case. It's my opinion that when it comes down to it, the reality of the matter is the overwhelming majority of the Robinhood user base simply wants to know and have the peace of mind of knowing that there are wallets on there in the event that they want to use them. But I also believe that the overwhelming majority of Robinhood users won't even use the wallets to the degree where they would transfer their cryptocurrencies onto a cold wallet, let alone to other destinations. I think most Robinhood users just want this peace of mind, the security of knowing that that option is there for them without actually taking any action on it. And I do think that Vlad knows his user base enough to know that that's probably the case. What do you say?
Well, what was your prediction? 6 weeks?
6 to 8. 6 to 8. 6 to 8.
Okay, so let's just say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On September 25th, let's just say the first week of October. Give you a little extra time. First week of October, we will revisit this topic.
Okay.
And we'll see what is what. I hope that you know what? I want people on Robinhood to have their wallets. I do. But I also think like a slimy CEO. I have the ability, my brain has the ability to shift over to what somebody who is trying to make as much money as possible and the way that those people think. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll wait till the first week of October, guys. Remind us. We'll revisit this topic, I hope that Steven's right, and I hope that we see Robinhood users flourishing with their newly found crypto excitement.
Yeah, let's bet, just for fun, we'll bet 100 Dogecoins on it.
Cool. I'm down.
Okay. We shall see. And it's worth the risk for me. I fully realize I could be wrong here, but I'm leaning that I'm more not wrong than wrong here. But we'll see. We'll see in 8 weeks. And yeah, so this will be interesting to see how this plays out, folks. This will be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to cover tonight, Nick?
No, I think we had a good show. I've got the lady coming over tomorrow pretty early, so
yeah.
Trying to call it an early one. But yeah, this is a good show, and I think you're with Ross tomorrow, right? During the day.
Yeah, so tomorrow is August 1st, and so I will be there at 2 p.m. I'm going to be on Ross. I'm going to be the special featured guest on Ross Nichols' Twitch stream program at 2 p.m. in the afternoon Central Standard Time for those of you in the United States, and I think that is 8 p.m. Or let me see, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that'd be 8 p.m. if you were in the United Kingdom. And if you're in Australia, I don't know what the heck that equals out to be, but you'll just have to do the math on your own. Yeah, so don't miss that, guys. That's going to be absolutely epic, fascinating. I can't wait. This will be my first time on Ross Nichols' channel, So just keep that in mind, and I'll be posting a link too. So keep an eye on my Twitter. But I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you know anyone that would enjoy the show, tell them about it. Let's keep spreading the word, and let's keep growing this thing out. And yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to add. So with this, we will see you tomorrow night. I don't know if you'll be joining me or not, Nick, but
I will not. I will be here Monday, though, and then I won't be here again on Tuesday.
Okay, so
it's my new schedule.
So then tomorrow night will probably be Sadaf Jadran. I think she will take over the co-hosting position tomorrow night with me, guys, at the same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, and also don't forget tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Ross Nichols' Twitch stream. But until then, guys, this is Steven Steele and Nick Balls signing out. Just a piece of